With its central location between Europe and North Africa, the island of Malta has been the scene for many of history's great battles, but more casual tourists will also find a place to their liking thanks to the generally benign weather. The capital Valletta breathes history, and with its harbour is the point of arrival for many cruise ships dropping off tourists on this pretty island. Malta International Airport is another main gate to the island, and each year the volunteers of the Malta Aviation Society organize the Malta International Airshow on apron 4 of the airport. The airshow is an outstanding opportunity for Maltese aviation companies to present themselves to the public. The show is one of Malta's biggest outdoor events, with fun for the entire family. Before the flying display gets underway, the public can enjoy the many ground activities, offers from sponsors, shop for souvenirs at the trade stalls and squadron tents, and admire some vintage vehicle exhibitions. Some main sponsors have their own dedicated crowd line enclosure, so their guests can enjoy some additional luxury and networking opportunities. The varied static exhibition, which allows visitors to visit several aircraft on the inside, is a clear indication of the international flying display in the afternoon. Malta International Airport's fire department, the most modern in the country, kicks off the afternoon program with a drive-by. After the firemen, it's the turn of the Armed Forces of Malta to open the official flying display, with a pass by their venerable Alouette 3 flying the Maltese flag. All aircraft types in the inventory of the Armed Forces of Malta played a role in the flying display. Here we see a Britten-Norman Islander BN2 act as a dropship for the Princess of Wales Regiment's Tigers parachute display team. These are images of their Saturday display, which included a wingsuit pair. On Sunday, the team focused more on stacked formations. Here we see the flag of TSA Consulting, a British company who provides specialist airshow safety consultancy around Europe. In the days leading up to the airshow, 2 RAF C-17 Globemaster 3s arrived at Malta International Airport to drop off a star item in the flying display. The RAF has 8 C-17s in service, which are part of 99 Squadron at RAF Bryce Norton in Gloucestershire. The C-17 is a strategic transport aircraft, but with rough field capability and surprising agility. It can transport most military equipment in its large cargo hold, and that includes helicopters, as you can see with this Wildcat being unloaded along with the crew and support equipment. The AW149 Wildcat is the successor to the Lynx helicopter with the Royal Navy. Its main task is submarine hunting from aboard Royal Navy frigates. It is also the successor to the Lynx with the Royal Navy display team, the Black Cats. The Black Cats are part of 825 Squadron, and this unit can trace its heritage back to Malta, where it was founded in the 1930s, and the Second World War at HMS Halfar. Black Catting is Royal Navy slang for doing something better than anyone else.
As they turn out now, they'll be repositioning to do a formation wing-over. Throughout this manoeuvre, James is using the wheel of the lead aircraft in line with the deck lock underneath the aircraft as a visual feature to hold the visual position all the way around the turn. It's what we use on the deck of a ship to lock us to the deck in rough weather so we don't lose the aircraft over the side. The aircraft are now going to position themselves in for what we call the swing boat manoeuvre. The aircraft move across the crowd line, out to the right, and then back across to the left in a reverse manoeuvre. The aircraft now will start to move backwards in formation at up to 50 miles an hour. Each other to reposition and come back in face to face. The amount of power that's required in this manoeuvre to maintain position is significant, and the stresses on the tail of the aircraft are as high as they get, especially if the wind picks up every 10-15 minutes. Of the ground, the other aircraft concentrating on the position of the lead aircraft. If the crews of Seymour are waving, just a chance to return with the back. From this position, the aircraft will climb and then go into a crossing nozzle formation of the two aircraft has been driven by the second aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the final element of the Black Cat's display.
Excellent. Glenn, thank you very much. And we're absolutely thrilled to see you on display today. Thank you. Thank you. Just as the aircraft.
Apart from the Black Cats, the Royal Navy also sent over some static participants to the airshow. One was this Merlin HM2 from 814 Naval Air Squadron, based at Culdrose. This heavy helicopter is a capable anti-submarine warfare platform. A second Royal Navy aircraft in the static was the Beechcraft Avenger T-1 from 750 Naval Air Squadron from Culdrose. This aircraft is used to train new observers for the Royal Navy. The Royal Air Force sent over a Beechcraft King Air from 45 Squadron at RAF Cranwell. The King Air is used to train pilots on multi-engine aircraft in the Royal Air Force. The final UK participants were a pair of Typhoons from No. 1 Squadron, based at RAF Lossiemouth in Scotland. The unit used to fly Harriers and visited the Malta Airshow several times in the past. The Italian Air Force sent over this Piaggio P-180 transport and liaison aircraft, part of the Reparto Sperimentale Volo, the Italian flight test center at Pratica di Mare near Rome. This AB-212 is one of 2 Italian Air Force aircraft stationed on Malta to assist the Malta Armed Forces with search and rescue and medevac duties. The AB-212 is a derived variant of the famous UH-1 helicopter which gained fame with the US Army in Vietnam, also thanks to its very characteristic sound. The Malta International Airshow is grateful to the crew of the AB-212 to share this onboard footage for the video report.
And he's decided to have a break. He'll be just dropping off a crew member at the moment who will be part of the imaginary scenario of a supertanker at sea. And of course it's night time, it's windy, and it's raining, and there's a very poor cloud-basing visibility. And yet we've got this crew member who needs to get to a place of first aid or even hospital as soon as possible. The AB-212 is a twin-engine helicopter, and of course having 2 engines makes it safer to operate over long missions over sea. And we have a westerly wind today, and in fact we will be having winter winds slightly off the 80 degrees too, which is good because we can see everything that's going on. Just need to watch and explain later what's happening. Under the control of the winch operator, Carlo Mara. That's he launched down a paramedic to make an initial assessment of the condition of the patient who is on the tossing flight deck on the helicopter deck at the surface. Once the helicopter is over the casualty medics, the Daedalus, of course, is considerable. And this is a dangerous time for the CP-140 casualty up into the helicopter, and probably on a single strike that's going to be pulled out from the helicopter. You will see some long elongated panels. Near the skids, just above the skids, and that's where we're around the paramedics and rescuers are safely in the aircraft along with the casualty, then it's time to relax a little bit. Then we'll be giving him a medium now. And in this case, it's 3 flags, long line, 3 flags. The Maltese national flag, the European flag, and of course the Italian national flag to complete the statement of nationality and belonging.
The Reparto Sperimentale Volo sent over a second aircraft, a brand new Augusta Westland AW149 transport and search and rescue helicopter. The helicopter was in fact so new that the aircraft still bore civilian registration instead of military markings. The Armed Forces of Malta took part with a unique pairs routine featuring an AW139 and a King Air 200, completing the lineup of their inventory at the airshow. The Armed Forces of Malta have one AW139 search and rescue helicopter operational now, and the second one close to reaching operational status. The King Air, flown by Lieutenant Loreto Spiteri during this demonstration, is one of 2 operational maritime patrol aircraft with the Armed Forces of Malta. Malta has a 3rd Beach King Air and AW139 on order to further strengthen its capabilities.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to split apart here.
An eye-catching civilian participant was this AW189 VIP helicopter of Gulf Air from Qatar. This Swiss Air Force Beech 1900 did not take part in the show, but came over as support for the Swiss Air Force PC-7 team. They are equipped with the modernized version of the classic turboprop trainer, the NPC-7, built by Swiss aircraft manufacturer Pilatus. Malta was the final show under the command of Hauptmann Werner Hoffmann, the commanding officer of the team. He supervises the team from the ground during the display. Leading the 9 aircraft formation is Captain Martin Vetter. The interesting thing about the team is that the pilots are not instructors on PC-7, but are active F-18 pilots in the Swiss Air Force. They only fly the PC-7 for the demonstration with the team. Since their 25th anniversary in 2014, PC-7 team is equipped with a smoke system to accentuate their elegant maneuvers. Thanks must go to the PC-7 team for the outstanding onboard images. 2015 was the first time the Romanian Air Force took part in the Malta International Airshow, and they did so with the C-27 Spartan in the static display. 7 C-27s are used in Romania, and they operate with 902 Squadron based at Bucharest Otopeni. After an absence of 3 years, the US Air Force sent the C-130 again, a J model from the 86th Airlift Wing based at Ramstein in Germany. This is one of 11 C-130s in service with the Belgian Air Force. It is based at Melsbroek, the military part of Brussels National Airport. The C-130 is the Belgian Air Force's main transport aircraft. It is due to be replaced in the future by the A400M. Just like in 2014, Egypt presented 2 aircraft at the Malta International Airshow. The first was this C-130, based at Cairo International Airport. The Egyptian Air Force has 26 of these versatile transport aircraft in its inventory. The second aircraft was this K-8 Karakoram jet trainer, originally a co-production between China and Pakistan, though the bulk of the Egyptian K-8s were built in Egypt itself. Unlike the standard scheme in 2014, the K-8 at the show in 2015 wore the colors of the Egyptian Air Force display team Silver Stars. A late addition to the flying display was the Greek Air Force team Daedalus, flying the T-6 Harvard II. Team Daedalus consists of 2 demo pilots, Captains Leonidas Dimitriou and Konstantinos Peglipanis. They are both flying instructors with the 120th Wing at Kalamata Air Force Base. The team was founded in 2005, but is rarely seen outside Greece. At the time of their establishment, the team was trained by the US Air Force East Coast T-6 display team. The Greek Air Force also sent over 2 static participants. The Malta International Airshow was the rare opportunity to see a Greek Air Force Mirage 2000 EG from 331 Squadron based at Tanagra near Athens. In 2015 was the first display season for Commandant-Vlieger Tom the Mortal, call sign Gizmo. He presents the Belgian Air Force F-16 solo display, the frontline fighter aircraft of the Belgian Air Force, which has seen service over Afghanistan, Libya and Iraq. Tom is a pilot with 3-1 Tiger Squadron based at Kleine Brogel. He flies a specially painted aircraft called the Blizzard. His routine shows the agility and power of the F-16 to full effect. The Malta International Airshow would like to thank Gizmo for sharing his onboard footage. A favorite wherever it appears is the NATO E-3 Sentry Airborne Warning and Control System, airX for short. There are always long queues to see the inside of these flying radar stations when they are on static display. NATO still operates 17 of these aircraft, which are stationed at Geilenkirchen in Germany, close to the border with the Netherlands. The Canadian Armed Forces sent over a CP-140 Aurora for the static display, an airframe based on the P-3 Orion, but with a different sensor suite. This line of aircraft is mainly used for maritime patrol and submarine hunting. The US Navy sent over a P-3 Orion. This aircraft is part of VP-9 at Kenoi in Hawaii, but was on detachment at Sigonella in Italy at the time of the show. The Polish Navy brought a far smaller maritime patrol aircraft, an M28 Brisa 1R from the base at Gdynia. Its main tasks include liaison, pollution patrol and search and rescue. The Polish Navy operates a total of 16 M28s, licensed built in Poland. The Polish Air Force sent this C-295 in support for a flying display act. The 16 Kauza 295s, which replaced the Antonov 26 in Polish service, are stationed at Krakow. We close this report with a look at the Polish Air Force demonstration team Orlik, or Eagle. The Orlik team flies the PZL-130 Orlik turboprop trainer, an aircraft designed and built in Poland. The aircraft had a radial engine at first, but to deal with the lack of power, the engine was replaced by a more performant turboprop. The team was formed in 1998 and it is one of two official demonstration teams of the Polish Air Force. The other one is Team Iskra, flying the TS-11 Iskra jet trainer. The team you see performing here is led by Captain Dariusz Staszurski, a flight instructor at the Polish Air Force Academy at Radom.
Remember fighter pilots for cadets from Polish Air Force Academy. It demands absolute devotion and engagement from the pilots. It looks like one aircraft is the mirror image of another. This maneuver requires confidence from both pilots. Jordanians, please. Applause. And they are going to finish the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blooming Grows.
With Orlik's final break, we conclude the 2015 Malta International Airshow report, a fine occasion to discover the hospitality Malta has to offer.